Yo, what up, everybody? It's B-Cide. You know, I've seen some people describe MonSter as an MS album, and I totally understand why. Now, multiple sclerosis shaped a lot of the lyrics on this project. Living with it changed my life, and it forced me to look at things like pain, resilience, depression, and invisible battles in a completely different way. But MonSter isn't just an MS album. It's really an album about those invisible struggles, those invisible fights that people have. MS is just the lens that I happen to be looking at it through, because the truth is, everybody is dealing with something. For some people, it's illness. For some people, it's anxiety. For some people, it's depression, loss, addiction, financial stress, family struggles, or just trying to survive a hard season of life. Most of the time, you can't see those things from the outside. And that's why I kept coming back to this idea of invisible battles while I was writing the album. And, a lot of the songs on MonSter talk about pain, but they also talk about resilience. They talk about getting back up when something knocks you down, they talk about not letting other people define who you are. And that's what it is. They talk about pushing forward even though life doesn't go the way you planned. Those are universal themes. You don't have to have MS to connect with that. You just have to be human. And that's why I hope people listen to MonSter and see themselves somewhere in the music. Maybe it's a line about resilience. Maybe it's a song about pain. Maybe it's just the idea that you're not the only person fighting something, under the surface. Because, at the end of the day, we're all carrying something. And sometimes music can definitely remind you that you're not alone in that fight. Stay strong, stay wicked, like, subscribe, comment. It's B-Side. Peace out.